Yeah, I think we can start. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. It's a match. Find the best acceleration support for your startup in North Rhine-Westphalia as part of our Startup Germany tour. And there's already Daniel. Hi. Good to see you. The others are also there. Just wait a minute, and it's your turn. So I'm Dominik Stute. I'm responsible for the field of innovation, industry, and international networks at the Chamber of Industry and Commerce in Dortmund. I'm one of the main organizers of the Startup Germany tour, and I'm happy to welcome so many people here in our webinar today. With our startup tour, we would like to introduce you to one of the most dynamic and attractive business locations in Germany, North Rhine-Westphalia. And in addition to that, we want to prepare you for a successful engagement here in our region. And therefore, we offer you an exciting webinar program consisting of 10 different topics over the next few weeks. And our webinar today is already the third one, so there are so many more for you to come and to join. And if you don't know the program yet, I will put the link in the chat afterwards. The Startup Germany tour is organized by the Chambers of Industry and Commerce and NRW with the special commitment of the chambers in the Ruhr area and Düsseldorf. And the tour is supported by some important partners like the Ministry of Economic Affairs, Industry, Climate Action and Energy of the state of North Rhine-Westphalia, who is also your host today, by NRW Global Business, by the NRW Bank and by Ernst & Young. And as Chambers and NRW, we are your central point of contact for many topics with which you can start your business in NRW. And at the same time, we are your bridge to other institutions that can help you as well. And to give you a brief overview about what we do, I will share my screen again, just one single slide. But these are the two most important services we can offer for you, for startups, for companies from abroad. So the first thing is we can give you individual consultation on a lot of different topics, and maybe the most important ones for you are how to set up a company in Germany, which is not so easy as you maybe think. We can give you an overview about funding and financing your business, and we can also help you with custom formalities, with foreign trade legislation. If you met some partners in our region and want to make business with them, we can help you with all these law and legal things. And the second very important thing is maybe the most important one is we can give you access to our networks. As 16 chambers here in NRW, we have 1.2 million member companies. So we have a very strong contact to them. We can connect you to them. In addition to that, we can connect you also to our German chambers abroad. So we have in 93 different countries chambers abroad who are the first contact point for our companies abroad and who can help you as well and who are a great bridge and to the other countries in the world. And as you can see today, we have an intensive cooperation with all the partners of the startup ecosystem, accelerators like the ones you can see today, but also to investors, to multipliers, and to all the network you can think about. So that is what we can offer for you as chambers. And that are my last words for today. I wish you a great webinar and hand over to your host and moderator today. And this is Nina Rieger from the Ministry of Economic Affairs. Thank you, Nina, for organizing everything today. And I wish you a great webinar.
Thank you, Dominik. Well, good afternoon from Germany to all over the world. So good evening, I guess, dear startups from the eastern part of the world. Good morning to the US, North America, South America. So welcome everyone to our webinar today with the name It's a Match, Find the Best Acceleration Support. So I'm hoping that today for this webinar, where I invited 6 experts from our beautiful startup ecosystem, you get a little glimpse in our startup ecosystem and see what we have to offer in our acceleration and also in our scaling programs, and also some events in the upcoming month that you shouldn't miss. So a warm welcome from my side. Some words about myself. I work since 5 years as a policy advisor here at the Ministry of Economic Affairs, Industry, Climate Action and Energy in the department where we focus on startup support and digital business models. So yeah, but that's enough about myself. I want to hand over the microphone to our 6 guests. But first of all, some, well, let's say rules. So we have 6 pitches today, 6 programs from different areas of North Rhine-Westphalia. They have a maximum of 5 minutes time to present their offer for you. And after that, or during the pitch, you have the possibility to ask questions using the chat function or the Q&A section in the bottom here. So yeah, don't be shy and drop your questions down there. And yeah, what else is to say? Yeah, we will send you the presentations afterwards to all participants of this webinar who registered for this event. So you don't have to write everything down, what you see on the slides. And the webinar today is part of the pre-program of the Startup Germany tour. And I can recommend to have a look at the homepage of the Startup Germany tour and see if there are also other webinars that might be interested for you. And yeah, it's enough about the progress in itself. So we're going to jump in with the first presentation, the first pitch. We have Nicole here from the DigiHub in Düsseldorf, and she brought also her presentation. So Nicole, the stage is yours. I'm happy having you here today. And yeah, I will give you a little sign when you reach the 5 minutes, okay?
Okay, thank you. So
thank you.
Welcome everybody. So give me just a minute. I'm going to share my screen. So I think now you can, I hope everybody's seeing my screen. And I think I'm going to start. Well, I'm Nicole. I'm from the Digital Innovation Hub in Düsseldorf and Rhineland. And well, what is the Digital Innovation Hub? We understand ourselves as matchmaker and accelerator. We are funded by the Ministry of Economic Affairs, and we are one of 5 hubs. Here you see the map of North Rhine-Westphalia, and you see the other hubs. Some of them are also going to present right now. And I'm from DG Hub Düsseldorf and Rhineland area, and we all work together to make the startup ecosystem, to establish the startup ecosystem here in North Rhine-Westphalia. What do we do as matchmaker and accelerator? Well, we have different kind of programs, and well, this is our small team you have just seen. We are just a team of 15 people. So then how can we do all this acceleration and matchmaking? It is because we have a strong broad network of partners behind us. So not only are we state funded, our shareholders are the city of Düsseldorf and the Chamber of Commerce. Then again, we have strong cooperation partners like all the big corporates located in this area, like Ergo, Henkel, Vodafone, and all the startups we have supported so far. Some of them are no more startups, they're established companies, and they're all in our network, and we open the platform or the networking possibilities to all our stakeholders for you. So what do we actually do? We have different kind of acceleration programs for different kind of startups in different stages of their development. So for early stage startups, we have the program which is called Ignition. For startups who want to scale up and enter international markets, we have the program which is called Scale Up NRW. But I have to tell you, all these acceleration programs are meant for or are aimed at the local regional startups. So if you set up an office here, you're eligible to participate in our acceleration programs. So then how can you access the NRW startup ecosystem? Obviously, we also support international startups to join Düsseldorf or have access to the German market. And we strongly work together with Japan and with India. These are just some example countries, but we welcome all startups from any country. And what we do, or what my role at DigiHub is, to support international startups to set an office here or to find cooperation partners. And I work closely with you if you are interested in entering the NRW startup ecosystem. I work with you, I mentor you, I ask you, what do you need? Do you want to open an office here? I can help you find a co-working space. Are you looking for cooperation partners? I open my network for you. Or are you looking for clients or maybe a talent pool? So whatever you want, you can contact me and I can try to support you. And just to get a beginning, I think I would like to introduce the Future Tech Fest to you. If you're really interested and get to know the NRW startup ecosystem, you should come to the Future Tech Fest, which is on 22nd of August this year. And this is actually Germany's leading B2B startup expo and tech conference. This is an expo especially for startups. And also for international startups, and only startups are allowed to exhibit. And you're most welcome to join and exhibit with your latest innovation or with your tech trend. We are aiming for 5,000 attendees. 300 expo startups will be there. Last year, among these 300 expo startups, we had 80 international startups. And here you see kind of a map from where the international participation is. Obviously, the main focus is on Germany and Europe, but outside Europe, we also have a lot of participation from India, Japan, from the US. So this is the map of who all will be present at the event. And this is who you're going to meet. Obviously, we don't want only startups to mingle each other, but we want to mingle you with all the relevant stakeholders. So 35% are startups because the focus is on startups. But then again, we invite all the corporates. You have seen them, the partners on our slides. We invite the small and medium-sized companies, which are the backbone of the German industry. Universities will be there and research institutes. NRW has a very strong university network, EWTH Aachen, Dortmund University, Münster University. Obviously, VCs and investors will be there. If you are raising funds or if you're looking for funds, you should come as well. And this is how it looks like. We have a big expo hall. We have different kind of vertical stages with a vertical topic. We have a big main stage where celebrity speakers will have a keynote. We have a startup stage where you can also apply and pitch your startup. And then we have a special offer for international startups. Since we are state funded, we are actually not a non-profit organization. And the booth for a startup is just $4.95. But again, for international startups, the city of Düsseldorf is subsidizing this booth. And for international startups, it is just 200 euros. And you have a 2-day program full of what is on this slide. So you shouldn't miss this chance to take part at the Future Tech Fest. And if you want to get to know more about this Future Tech Fest or about DigiHub in general, here are some pictures. So you just get an idea of how it looks like. And here is my contact details. So if you want to know more about the Future Tech Fest or more about the activities at DigiHub, feel free to send me a mail or ask questions directly here. Yes, I think I didn't even take 5 minutes, right?
Well, actually you did. The 5 minutes are over, but thank you very much, Nicole. So if you have any questions regarding the DigiHub in Düsseldorf or the Tech Fest or one of the programs Nicole described, you have now the possibility to write it down in the chat or in the Q&A. And I have a question, like on regarding like your programs, for example, the Ignition program. Does it take place in the city of Düsseldorf, or is it remote, or do startups from abroad, when they want to participate, do they have to move to Düsseldorf to take part in it?
Yes, actually, the accelerator programs are aimed at startups that have an office here in Düsseldorf or surrounding, or in North Rhine-Westphalia. So you or some employee of you have to be here and have to be present. Yes.
All right. We have one question. I think it's regarding the Digital Tech Fest. It says, when is the deadline for the exhibitor application?
It is on 28th of June. So you still have time to organize your flight or book a hotel. It's the 28th of June.
Okay, so people who are interested in exhibiting in the Tech Fest, they write an email to you?
They can write an email to me, or they can already register on the website. So it's an application process. So we check if you are actually a startup, if you're eligible to participate, because you have seen it's very fair prices. It's not like a fair price at a big fair exhibition. It are very fair prices. So there is a kind of a selection process, but you can apply online already. It's open.
Okay.
And you can
great.
drop me a mail as well. I can tell you about how to apply. Yes.
Okay, so we have another question. It says, do we need to register a local German company, or could I offer our services from my startup registered in Finland? So I don't know if it's meant in regards to the accelerator program, or yeah, I believe.
I mean, for the Future Tech Fest, you can come from anywhere. You don't have to have an office here in Germany. Only if you want to, I mean, you should first come to the Future Tech Fest, get to know the startup ecosystem, and then if you decide to settle here, you open an office here, and then you can take part in our acceleration programs.
Okay. So one more question. Do you accept startups from Iran, mainly in software as a service industry?
Obviously, we welcome startups from every corner of the world. So we are very happy that you can be from anywhere. It has to be like kind of a B2B tech focus. Of course, software as a service is most welcome.
Okay, so thank you very much, Nicole. As the time runs, we go to our next expert. We have here from Circular Valley, it's Ljubica. Ljubica, can you maybe check if your email works now? And
so
Benedict.
I can see everyone loud and clear, but me myself, I cannot switch on the camera just now because I think the host has to agree on that. It's not working at the moment.
So maybe Benedict, you can open the possibility for Ljubica to show her picture. In the meantime, I'm going to open your presentation, okay?
Perfect. We can start.
Okay, and now we can see you as well.
Perfect.
So, okay. So like this.
Exactly. Thank you very much for sharing. My name is Ljubica. I'm very happy to be here today as a representative of the Circular Valley. Thank you very much for the opportunity to present the Circular Economy Accelerator as a focus project of the Circular Valley. Next slide, please. And what do we do as a Circular Valley? As you can see, the core of the Circular Valley is a foundation. And the Circular Valley started about 2.5 years ago now as a global hotspot for the circular economy. And since then, we and our partner network have developed quite well and have grown considerably. So that's what I want to show you in the next couple of minutes. I think, next slide, please. So most important question for you as startups might be, how do we do what we do within our accelerator? We are not only doing the accelerator, we're also doing public relations work and policy recommendations, but my main field of work is towards the accelerator itself. And we bring together all different kinds of relevant stakeholders to the table. The foundation, as I said, forms the network NOT for sharing knowledge and experiences towards the field of the circular economy, and across sectors and technologies, basically across different companies from this area, across the startups, science, and also politics. We try to jointly develop solution for the transformation towards a circular economy. And yes, as I said, my main field of activity is working for the accelerator and the startups, developing throughout the program innovative ideas and business models and technological solutions towards a circular economy. So we will support all the teams participating in the program with a very diverse and also international and collaborative environment. And that's what I want to show you on the next slide. You can see only within the startups, we've already hosted more than 90 teams in the last couple of years, coming from all over the world, mainly working on the fields of water, renewable energies, construction, but then also plastics is a big topic. We have our partner network also deciding and choosing from batch to batch on which topics we want to invite teams, international teams. Next slide, please. And now, maybe most important for you, an overview about our network that we created throughout the last years. And I mean, it offers different opportunities for cooperation. Mainly, our goal is to find synergies between opportunities and problems, in particularly on the topic of circular economy. So to really lower the hurdle for startups when it comes to getting in contact with bigger companies. And as I said, the nature of collaborations that we have already arisen is very diverse, and it can be obtaining real residual material flows, or it can be working on implementing and embedding prototypes in plants that are already in operation, or inquiring about the needs of partners and markets. It can be financing issues, and all these are possibilities that can be implemented together with our partner network. We ourselves see ourselves as a network. When it comes to the corporations, it's just the partners and the startups themselves. Next slide. Maybe to give a bit more insights about what the program looks like. We have different formats, company visits, expert talks. We have really mentors working on your specific needs, might be development of price models or pricing models, integrated a more circular business model than you might have at the moment. So this is discussed at the very beginning of the program. We will define your needs and then integrate that into the program, which will last 2.5 months to 3 months. We run the accelerator program twice a year, and also have presence phases during that time, normally 2 times 2 weeks. That changes a bit from batch to batch. Next slide, please. Yes, thank you very much for listening. I'm open for questions. You can as well write me a mail, and yeah, feel free to ask questions anytime right now. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you very much, Ljubita, for your presentation. I really like the map to see, like, wow, you have really like the 90, you said 90 startups already joined your programs, and it's so international. Yeah. So we have some questions already. Okay, one says, greetings from Colombia. I don't know if he knows you.
Might be.
Might be, yes. Well, actually, I would have a question. So when is the next accelerator program? And if I want to apply when I'm a startup from I don't know, Brazil, can you help me also with I don't know, if I want to stay after that with visa access and all that stuff, or what else can you offer me?
Yeah, we do have some, or maybe the second question first, we do have some tips and tricks, and also having collaborations with embassies, so we can definitely help with the visa issue if there might be one coming up. And the next batch is starting beginning of April, just now. We have just selected the upcoming teams, or the teams for the upcoming batch. So yes, that's I think a bit too late. But as I said, we do the program twice a year. So the next time it would be in autumn this year, something around September. Normally, I would keep my eyes open for the application phase.
Okay, great. And there's one question with regard if you also accept startups in the field of tech-based supply chain management.
Yes, definitely. Supply chain or the orchestration of supply chains, and also software solutions or our platform solutions are very welcome, because that's a very important topic. Yes, of course.
Great. So thank you very much, Ljubica. I see no more questions right now, but as I said already, all the experts that are here today, you can write them email. You will find the email contacts also in the presentations we're going to send you afterwards. So thank you very much for introducing the Circular Valley. And now
I saw your comment. Nice to see you again. Thank you.
Okay, so it was someone you knew.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so now we're going hop over to our next expert we have here today with us. It's Daniel. Daniel from hightech NRW. Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to meet you too.
You also brought us a presentation. Do you want to show it, or should I do it?
Well, I can show it. I have to admit I'm a bit late, running late, because I'm here because to present hightech NRW, but I have to leave in latestly 5 minutes, so I have time pressure on two sides.
Okay.
Because I have an appointment, unfortunately not in the virtual but in the real space. But I think that fits quite well to what we are doing here, because our world is hardware. This is where we live. This is where we come from traditionally, from all what we are doing. Our program here, High-Tech and Deep Tech Acceleration Program, is coordinated by my dear colleagues Heinz and Olli, who are, I think, currently ramping or boarding our startups that will be part of batch number 4 that will start, I think, the day after tomorrow in Düsseldorf. But what is High-Tech and Deep Tech, or what is High-Tech NRW? Well, High-Tech NRW, and I now have to check. Yes, we are the accelerator for hardware-based high-tech and deep-tech startups in NRW and beyond. You might know that when you come from deep tech and hardware, sometimes the cycles are a bit longer than software startups, as you need software hardware to build. You need to have longer R&D times. You need more cash in the early stages in order to buy all that stuff. And so you have a longer return on investment. We'll come to that later. And what you need is a network, and what you need is access to experts. And this is what we can deliver, or our colleagues, my colleagues, our team can deliver, as we have 120 plus mentors from that specific area at our backs. These are from high-tech companies, deep tech companies, such as quantum computing startups that we work with, for instance, Electron, or others such as ARC Systems that are currently ramping up their activities in Aachen. But also we have 20+ universities that we call the cradle of deep tech, as they are the funds from which all that deep tech and high-tech innovation is coming from. We have 10+ multipliers from various technology industries. And I think this is of most importance for all the early stage startups. We have 50+ corporate and venture capital partners that we have a long-term relationship, that are already within our network even before hightech NRW actually existed. The program itself is a 12-week accelerator program that is aimed to catch you up at your current state and boost you up to a point where you can start getting connected to all those people. And we help you individually, because we think, or we are, it's our belief that high-tech and hardware innovation needs an extremely specific, I would say, time precise point of help. You might either have currently a B2B a business issue, or you might have a technological issue, and we can provide access to experts from our network that can help you. Same as the DigiHub, you need to have a shop in North Rhine-Westphalia to participate, but as I said, there are also networks that can help you start a business here in North Rhine-Westphalia that are also part of our network. So who is the team? Well, the team is Olli, Heinz, and Kirsten that are running hightech NRW to bring or to provide a platform where science, investors, and industry come together and to strengthen high-tech and deep tech ventures that are coming from North Rhine-Westphalia or that want to activate or start their activities in North Rhine-Westphalia. And the targets, as I mentioned, is deep tech, is hardware. You can see at the upper bar our cradle of deep tech. You see the Technical University of Dortmund or University Bochum. You see the University of Duisburg, Essen, RWTH, Wuppertal, German Aerospace Center, and so on and so forth. And if you are working in one of those 9 topics down there, we are the right place to be for you, because this is all what hardware, or all what we are focusing on with a real drive to develop that tech for the better. So we always ask ourselves the question, what is the next big thing to come? What is the next big innovation that can help us and that can help our society to provide solutions to the questions that we are asking currently so intensively? And here you can see our definition of what we call deep tech and high tech. If you have a new technology that will have impact in an existing market, we call it high tech. If it is new technology in a new market, I mentioned quantum computing, for instance, but neuromorphic computing is the same, I would say, same turf. It's deep tech. And this is where these technologies you saw on the previous slide are coming more and more into play. So innovation in key enabling technologies are really relevant for our economy and for the climate, because we need new solutions. We need to put down energy consumption of large-scale computation complexes, such as hyperscalers, for instance, to have the same amount of data processed, or the same intelligence of the systems that we want to use to process the data later on, with a radically less amount of energy that is needed. The drawback of this really, really important technology is that you have long and complex development cycles. I mentioned that in the beginning. You have consequently a very high capital needs, since you need longer, but you also need material, you need hardware to buy, and extremely specialized machinery, which can easily cost €500,000 just for one, for instance, atomic layer deposition machine where you can make your fabrication on. So either you buy that machines, or you have access to the infrastructure and industry and capital that can help you to develop that in, say, a nano facility. Also, and that is another drawback, you have a lengthy proof of concept that is really, really making the capital, or finding the right fund and the right venture capitalist to help you on that way makes it very, 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 very hard. We provide you that contacts in a 12 weeks program. Each batch consists of 10 ventures. You can win 20K euros of prize money, and I think I'm running late on time. So here you see some faces that are behind the high-tech accelerator from our industry. You can see what we believe. We help you validate the business case, tech investment, technology readiness, and position and scale your activities, overall building network effects. Here is a logo wall of what our partners are. A batch 0, which was the pilot batch number 1, for instance, let me check for it. I think it's Auxis, the skeleton, the exoskeleton that you already saw in another presentation. You see here we have also quantum cybersecurity, and this is our current batch, which we are very, very proud to provide you a glimpse as they are getting kicked off on Thursday into our new batch. And if you have any questions, feel free, especially to reach out to Ollie or Heinz, but I'm also very happy to answer maybe one short question as I have to leave now to that other appointment. I'm very, very sorry, but I'm very grateful for your attention.
Thank you very much, Daniel. As I don't see right now a question in the chat or Q&A, I would be interested because you said you're starting with batch number 4. So when is the next application phase? When can startups from abroad apply for batch number 5?
I think we don't have an official, let's say, date yet, but it will be, I think, in September, round about September will be the next batch. So if you already plan to come here and participate, just shoot us an email. We will collect you, and you are already registered and ready to go.
Perfect.
So, but
Great.
let's say September this year might be a great latest date to apply.
Okay.
Previously,
Okay.
you're most welcome. I'm really, really
Okay.
sorry that I have to leave now, but I'm
It's
very,
okay.
very grateful for the chance, and I have to say a warm hello and from Ollie and Heinz, and thank you. Bye.
Thank you for joining us, and good luck with your other appointments.
Thanks.
Bye. Okay, so that was hightech NRW, and we go next with Dennis from XTech, XTech Accelerator. The claim was from Founders for Founders a few years ago. I don't know if you have that claim still, but yeah, you will explain us a little bit about XTech, and yeah, the stage is yours.
Cool. Yeah, thank you. First of all, thanks for having me. You can see this X in the background. It does not stand for X, formerly Twitter. It stands for XTech. I want to explain to you a bit more in detail who we are and what we basically do. So we are an accelerator for early stage B2B tech startups. And we have sort of 3 pillars that we focus on when working with startups. In essence, we are still quite young. So we started about 4 years ago in early 2020. And we focus on startups who are in the, let's say, go-to-market stage. So these are those startups who might have their first customers, who have their first product, and who then still face challenges in terms of fundraising, in terms of converting pilot customers into regular customers. But these challenges are quite unique in a way. So we said, okay, we don't want to build a program that is very school type-ish. Rather, we want to be very individualized in what we do. So with every startup that starts in our accelerator, we take the first 2 or 3 weeks to listen, to get to know each startup better. We talk individually with the founders. We attend sales calls. We do our own market research, obviously. We talk to investors if there are any, to customers if there are any, to really understand where the fundamental challenges are and maybe which challenges the founder team is already seeing as of today and which additional challenges we might see. So that based on this diagnosis phase, as we call it, we then build individual acceleration packages and try to be as efficient as possible. So we are super time efficient, but try to support very tailored support based on the needs of every startup. And how do we do that? We are, first of all, a capable team. We all have our own entrepreneurial experiences from either working in startups, founding our own startups, investing in startups, so all different angles. Plus, we have a great range of entrepreneurial expert partners. These are some partner firms, like a law firm, like a tax consulting firm, like McKinsey & Company as a consulting firm. So they are all available to all our founders whenever they need them. It's not obligatory. So it's not like a startup zoo where you need to talk to every individual partner. It's more like whenever you have a specific question, either we within our team strive to answer that question, or if we can't, it's very likely that we know somebody who can answer that question. On point 3, we do not take equity or any other fees. I think nobody from the crowd today does so, but there are many programs who do charge you in one way or the other. We don't, because our mission is to build the leading early stage platform for Germany and Europe, and maybe even beyond. I know there's quite a few startups also from outside of Europe. So we are super open to that, and we are digital first. So it means we are based in Cologne, largest city here in NRW. We have good contacts here in the regional ecosystem, but you can attend XTech digitally. I mean, as I briefly mentioned, we started in early 2020 and so did COVID-19 back then. So we were forced to start our accelerator program digitally, and we do so until today. So we have usually a few startups from the Rhineland region, but many startups from all different areas of the world. And this is actually the beauty of it, because we bring great startups and great founders together. Here's just a quick overview of the batches we've had so far. We have 2 batches per year. One is actually starting on Thursday this week, and the other one is starting in September. So this is probably the one that makes most sense for you, most likely. We will have the application deadline in the summer, most likely towards the end of June, but it's probably a good idea to follow us on LinkedIn, and then we will keep you posted there. We've accelerated more than 60 startups in the past. We have had quite a few success stories, and even more importantly, if you take these 65 startups or so times 3 founders on average, so you have almost 200 individual founders who are available to you, to our next batches. So we have this sort of paid forward mentality, and we are really proud of that. How do we operate? I already mentioned our first step, the diagnosis phase, where it's very much about us listening to the challenges instead of us explaining to you how you need to build your company, because that's usually not the way how entrepreneurship works. Then step 2, we set our joint goals. We use OKRs, so objectives and key results, for that, just to make it measurable. So we can really observe whether we are developing with you together in the right direction. And then we build your individual acceleration package based on those OKRs, where we will have some activities that we can build upon within our team. So for instance, we will have a look at your financial model and maybe model 2 or 3 additional scenarios, so you know how much funding you actually need for the upcoming financing round. And there's other topics where we say, hey, you have the question how to steer your sales team. I can obviously, or my colleagues can obviously tell you about what we've seen, but it's usually even better if you have founders explaining their own findings. So then we involve our alumni, and we have our corporate partners, as mentioned initially. Here's just an overview of some of the recent success stories. We've had quite a few startups who raised financing. Obviously, financing is always a means to an end, but I think it shows that other people are also believing in quite a good chunk of our startups, and we are obviously happy to contribute our small part to that. And this is just a quick overview of our partner companies and what they offer you. They're available to you whenever you need them. And our team, as said, entrepreneurial experience on the left-hand side. This is the operational team, but also a good network of mentors and experts whenever you need those experts. So if you have any additional questions, keep in touch. You can add me on LinkedIn, send me an email there, or contact my 2 colleagues. You have their email addresses on this slide.
Great. Thank you very much, Dennis. So do we have any questions? Okay, yeah. So there are questions on regards to the presentations. So just to make sure, all presentations will get sent to you afterwards to the email address with which you registered for this webinar. So no problem at all. Do you support service-based startups is one question.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a service-based company as of today, but we are looking for a certain level of scalability, and that's usually a bit harder to achieve if it's service-based only. But we've had quite a few cases where startups started as an agency-based model and they were converting that into a regular SaaS business. So if that sounds like you, then it's a good fit.
Okay, great. And also in question in regards for your accelerator program, so do the startups, when they come from abroad, do they have also to register a German company here to take part in your accelerator program?
No, that's not necessary. So we are
Okay.
fully digital. If you plan to, have a launchpad in NRW, you are happy you can use our office address if that's helping you. But in general, it's completely digital first. Okay.
That's good to know. Okay, so in regard to our time management, I think we have to forward to our next expert we have in line. So thank you again, Dennis, for joining us. If you have further questions, link him on LinkedIn or via email. So we have 2 more experts today with us. So now we have from the DigiHub Aachen, so another DigiHub, we have Jan Bernd with us. And after that, we have Ute from DigiHealth Start. So yeah, Jan Bernd, it's stage is yours.
Yeah, let's go. Hello, everyone. So I'm Jan Bernd from Digital Hub Aachen, and I support founders on the journey. I started to work with impact startups in Berlin in 2018 and moved to Aachen around 2 years ago to support tech and digital startups and help them leverage their impact-focused business models. What you can see here on the right side is that's our place where we work. So it's a real church. So it's a digital church. So no Photoshop. So and our vision is to push digitalization to the next level. How do we do that? So we have a bunch of partners where we collaborate with, for example, the AGIT, which also are the specialists for open company in the Aachen area, and where we can connect you, or maybe you know Lindt Chocolate, a big producer from our area. So just a few examples. What do? We bring together enablers, digital enablers that are the startups with digital users. These are, for example, small and medium-sized enterprises, and the supporters, which could be corporates or institutions from our broad network you saw on the last slide. And why do we do it? To build digital business models. So that is our focus, to digitalize the Aachen area. And therefore we offer different startup memberships, for example, an incubation program. So it's more a go-to-market phase and to get your product market fit, and also an acceleration program to then scale your proven business model. And how we achieve this. So we have these 3 pillars. We have co-working and offices for our members. We do matchmaking with our partners and companies, and also you get a bunch of free workshops when you when you are a business member, and for example 4 hours of individual coaching. So another view on this map, so into our network. So for example, you see on the right side the Brennergy Park. We started just the first cooperation with the Brennergy Park in Jülich and want to build up a green tech accelerator then. And as well, you can see all of the other partners we work with, for example, WTH, you heard already about them. And also we cooperate with, we call them regional institutions in the Netherlands and Belgium, because we are directly located to the border. And it's also really interesting for startups. One of our maybe 150 events per year is the Startup Week. So 1 week full of events where you can learn, build, and connect. So it's in July 2024. Some examples of our green tech or green digital members. So Pilicard, for example, software platform designed to help architects to create visualizations. We have Wolfgang, powerful second life battery storage for companies, or Numbit, who supports companies to build up charging infrastructure for e-mobility. So this is a quick glimpse into our startups and network. and 3 days left. We have our digital accelerator application phase. This accelerator is brand new. It targets early stage startups with digital business models who want to scale up their proven business model. Important to know is the whole program is, as you can see maybe on the LinkedIn post, in German. Yeah, and what is included in the 10 months program. So if you want to apply, if you speak German or want to learn it fast, yeah, it's peer reviews, investor readiness bootcamps, mentor feedbacks with experts from the area, coachings, leaderships, and so on. Yeah, and if you want to know more about us, just reach out, email address, or have a call. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jan Bernd, for giving us a little overview about the digital hub in Aachen. I don't know, do you have any questions? The location of Aachen and the DigiHub is really brilliant to have Belgium and the Netherlands just around the corner, and even more companies and 2 other markets just there. So about your accelerator program, it's called Digital Accelerator. So it takes part digital or only digital, or do I have to come to Aachen and to join the accelerator? Maybe you can say a sentence about that.
Yeah, it's called Digital Accelerator, but the specialty is that it's completely located in Aachen. All the workshops are non-digital. So, but for digital startups, like startups with digital business models, so it would be a big plus to be in Aachen, to be located in Aachen, and also it's German. So I think for the really English-speaking international startups, it's a little hurdle, but yeah, if you plan to come to Aachen, we can make it possible. Just reach out.
But also the startup week you mentioned is a very good opportunity to get in touch with companies and stakeholders from the region, right?
Yes. So it's 1 week, and there are, yeah, like all the institutions in the region are part of the event. So it's really easy to connect to get a first insight in the ecosystem. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So thank you, Jan Bernd. We're heading over to our last presentation, our last expert we have here today with us. It's Ute from the Ruhr University, and you're representing the Digi Health Start. So I'm also curious to learn more about it. So the next 5 minutes are yours.
Lovely. So I'm going to share my screen, right? I hope you can see that.
Yeah, we see. Yeah, and now
I will go on full mode, and here we are. Hello, warm welcome to everyone from my side. It's quite late in the afternoon for some of us, so I'm hoping to give you some new insights about the project, which is called Digi Health Start North Rhine-Westphalia. Actually, we are the youngest initiative in that round. We are also fully founded by the Ministry of Economic Affairs, so a big thank you to Nina. We are closely working together. And what makes us quite special is that we are fully staffed only since summer last year, and we have gone live with our web presence and initiative only in July 2023. We are a team of 7 people only, and I'm responsible for project coordination, mainly focusing on stakeholder management, public relation, and event management. So the initiative itself is located at the Ruhr University in Bochum, but my office is in Düsseldorf, given the fact that on the digital healthcare arena, Düsseldorf has unfortunately failed to make themselves part of the list. When we talk about North Rhine-Westphalia, and that is what I'm trying to really inspire and engage you to, is we are talking about a buzzing area. Everyone is usually looking towards Berlin, the capital city, but we're in North Rhine-Westphalia. We have about 18,000 million people here, potential patients that we are taking care of. We are the umbrella, and we function as the organization for these satellites and all the prestigious players who have presented before me. So we are linking and shaping the digital healthcare ecosystem here in North Rhine-Westphalia, giving startups across the world the access to establish their business in the region. And the reason why we are doing that, together with the other federal states of Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg, we contribute over 50% of the gross product to the healthcare economics, which is a massive amount of money that we are producing every year. Given the fact that we have 5 digital innovation hubs, 2 of them you have already known in that presentation. We have 6 excellency startup centers across the region, 5 very well established healthcare regions, 5 universities of excellencies, plus another 9 ones. We work together with the teaching hospitals, 67 living labs in the region, as well as the 16 chambers of industry and commerce. And what we have achieved over a period of just 8 months is that we are supporting over 159 digital healthcare startups here in North Rhine-Westphalia. We give them access to the digital hubs. We support them with funding opportunities, with investment readiness programs. We just pick them up whenever they leave the incubation and acceleration phases and help them find their reimbursement models and access to market. And the healthcare market itself is a very buzzing one, however, a very tricky one. Luckily, Germany is one of the only countries at the moment who is being able to subscribe digital healthcare application over medication process whenever you go to medical consultancy and have issues, acute healthcare issues. So we are on the way to design kind of a blueprint for startups, young companies, ideation givers to really establish their fancy digital care, hardware and software-based innovation to the healthcare ecosystem. So what we do in the program, we are based on 4 main pillars. As you can see, we do a fundamental academic monitoring and data analytics research across the region. We just link with the many startups. We try to understand where do they come from, where are they, what are they aiming at, what are their issues, pain points, what are their gains, whether they need more support with funding, with investment programs, or with stakeholder management itself. So we do that once a year. We bring in all the data and then from there start to really work the initiatives and bring them to market. And we don't have any of those highly sophisticated and fancy places as we have seen, like the church in Aachen or the DigiHub in Düsseldorf, but we use them as our venues because mainly we operate in a digital environment. So whenever we host bigger events or whenever we showcase the potential of North Rhine-Westphalia in the healthcare arena, we are very happy to collaborate with the digital innovation hubs that have just presented their portfolio. The other very important point which makes us quite attractive to startups throughout their startup journey, whether they are still in ideation or Series B companies, we offer training and e-learning opportunities in order to help them establish their highly regulated products in the healthcare market, which is quite a tricky thing to do. We are a highly competitive, highly regulated market, and it needs a lot of understanding for the legal do's and don'ts that you would have to keep in mind whenever you aim for the healthcare market itself. The other, or the 4th big pillar we do is, as we have 18,000 potential patients in North Rhine-Westphalia, we, as a first step, chose to focus on breast cancer and female health initiative, as well as healthcare for elder people. So we're trying to build up community management circles in the breast cancer prevention arena and partnering with the big hospitals, with the teaching hospitals, as well as the academic institutions and the doctor space. And when it comes to
Ute, could you
health-
come to an
Yes.
sorry, could you come to an end in the next 20 minutes,
Yes.
20 seconds?
Okay, so
Sorry.
I come to an end. So we are not
Yes,
just
please. Thank you.
another digital platform. We are no event provider, but what you can get through us, we deliver the complete digital healthcare ecosystem in your pocket. We are fully digital. Reach out to us. Registration is for free. We help you onboard and get your products to market if you are aiming for the healthcare market. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ute. Sorry, I don't want to push you so much, but yes, thank you very much for introducing also this kind of new initiative we have here, and I saw it already on the homepage, that like your the platform where startups can register. So I understand correctly, like startups who want to get in touch with you, should they first register on the platform, or should they just first start with an email?
Oh, well, my contact details are here. I'd say, as we are quite a young project still, we have just a German-speaking platform at the moment, but we are aiming to be bilingual at least. So as a first step, I could really encourage you to reach out by email for me. Then I could try to help you understand what are the benefits for registering with us, and the teams behind will be more than happy to help you register with at our platform and let you know how to use it and make best use of the many initiatives we offer. And then we could start from there. We are really focusing on the international markets with stronger access towards the Netherlands, to Denmark, and especially to the UK.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So as the time is already running, as we're running late, I would like all experts who presented to switch on the camera for one last second, because I want to thank you to have been part of this webinar, to give a little glimpse, as it is only 5 minutes, for the startups who joined this webinar. But I think it's always good to see a person, to have a picture, and now it makes it easier to get in touch with you. So thank you very much. Thank you also to Dominic and Benedict from the Chamber of Commerce for organizing all this. And so to all participants, you will get the slides afterwards for sure. And I wish you a nice evening, morning, day, whatever. It was nice having you here. Thank you.